Hello all, I'm Mithun and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be continuing the deployment series where I am demonstrating you how can you deploy your web applications to the web. In the previous lectures, we started from absolute scratch. Everyone starts their development journey, basically web development journey, from learning HTML and CSS. We deployed HTML and CSS application to 3 platforms: GitHub Pages, Netlify and Vercel. And raising the bar, we integrated Tailwind CSS, a library of CSS which is built on top of CSS, and we built applications and again deployed that onto GitHub Pages, Netlify and Vercel. So this was the primary part of the front-end web development. But front-end web development in industry these days doesn't happen that way. Yes, there are companies which still build on HTML, CSS and Tailwind CSS, but majority of the industry applications are nowadays built on frameworks like React.js, Next.js, Vue.js, and there are a lot more in the market. So I came up with this video where we'll be deploying our React.js app onto the web. So many people learn React, but they seeing the file structure and the complexity, they think that deploying React app is a lot more complex. But that's not the case. Deploying React app is as easy as deploying HTML and CSS apps onto these platforms like Vercel and Netlify. In this video, I'll be creating a dummy React app, a basic React app, and then I'll be deploying this app onto the web using platforms like Netlify and Vercel. Yes, we also will be pushing the code to GitHub and then connecting it to Vercel and Netlify. Okay, so I hope you have a clear idea of what we are going to do in this lecture. First, I will discuss the pipeline. Why pipeline? So I see many people directly deploying applications and the video would be of shorter duration too, but that's not how I want you all to teach things. I want you all to be answerable. Yes, I don't go in intensive DevOps type of thing where I will be demonstrating the end-to-end pipeline, but at least as a web developer, you must have that idea where is your code being sent. You are writing your code onto local machine. What are the steps? Where will your code go and how will it finally be deployed on the web? So that's the main intention. So first we'll be discussing the pipeline. Next we'll be building a basic React app, because be it a complex React app, only some steps would be changed. I will be showing you what are the changes to. And next we'll be deploying that onto 2 platforms, Netlify and Vercel. Okay, I hope you have a clear idea now, and without any further delay, let's get started. Okay, so first thing what we'll be doing here is writing the pipeline, right? So let me write this: deployment of React apps. And for someone who has no idea what React is a JavaScript library, or else you can call it as a framework to hold together. So yeah, there is a lot more discussion on that. And what React does is that it accelerated the development process. On learning a single tech stack, that is JavaScript, single programming language, you can now build front end, back end, hold together. So that was the basic idea of why React came. And it also has a lot more cool concepts like virtual DOM. You must explore that. And in present day scenario, industry prefer these frameworks because they provide handful of tools to maintain and accelerate the development process. So that is why React and frameworks like React.js, Next.js, Vue.js have been in demand these days. Okay, so in this lecture I won't focus you on to giving out the features or else teaching you React. It's just about the deployment. Okay, so let's get started. First, let's discuss the pipeline. Let me write down what would be the pipeline. Okay, the first step would be we'll be creating a React app. And the documentation of React has become so much intensive and informative these days. And if you don't know who built React, Facebook built React. React has been built by Facebook engineers and is presently being maintained by Facebook engineers too. A team of Facebook engineers, but it's open source too. You can contribute your features there. Okay, creating a React app. What we'll be writing is we'll be writing a code, and from the code we'll be generating a web application. Okay, so this web application, first we need to test into our local machine if it is working properly or not. If there are any errors, we must debug in the local machine itself. Okay, Next, what we'll be doing is that we'll be pushing this code to GitHub. How will we be pushing it? Through Git. Okay, so Git is the intermediate one, and we'll be pushing it to GitHub. Okay, from GitHub I will be connected to two such platforms. One is Netlify and one is Vercel. Now, why only Netlify and Vercel? Because these are free, fast and easily configurable. Okay, so the steps like building happens automatically. You need not to build on your local machine and then deploy it, configure it separately. No need of that headache at all. Everything would be automated here. These platforms are built for that. Okay, and they in turn give us a URL which will redirect us to the web app. Okay, you must at least be capable of explaining this pipeline, where your code goes, what happens being a web developer. It's not that everything happens in a fly, or else everything doesn't go invisible in air, right? So you must have this basic knowledge. Okay, telling this, let's start with creating a React app. Okay, so if you want to create a React app, you can go to React docs. Okay, you can just Google search React, and the first link, react.dev, has the documentation here. You can just go to their docs by clicking on learn React, and I think you can see this. So here you can create a lot more things. Okay, so let me go to quick start. Okay, installation, and then start a new React project. Okay, it's just this command npx create React app and the application name. Okay, so, and for someone who is confused, React, you can also develop mobile applications too using React Native. There is a confusion between React Native, because in the web application we use React DOM, and for mobile applications we use React Native. Together they are called as React. Okay, so don't get confused. Okay, so the first thing you must have in order to create a React application is you must have Node installed. Okay, to have Node installed, you just write Node.js. Okay, Node.js is just a runtime environment of JavaScript, so that you could execute JavaScript command into your local machine. So that's why we use Node.js. You can just click here and you can download Node.js. It is the first step of creating applications, and you can find it here. You need Node.js. Okay, and then yeah. Now let me open a folder and I will open my terminal. Okay, so I will just write cmd, and here it is. I'll be just telling npx create React app. I'll be telling deployment. Okay, you can name it anything. So there are some naming conventions. Okay, so do focus on it. Once you run this command, the build process of the React app starts. Okay, if you can see, you will get a folder called deployment, the name what you have specified, which is actually a React project. All the basic configurations, basic setup, everything would be dumped into that folder. And you can see this is like installing packages, React DOM. If you are building for web, it's React DOM. If you are building for mobile, it's React Native. Okay, so React DOM, React script, everything. Okay, we will be having Node modules will be it will be containing the packages. You can look into what packages are installed using package.json. Okay, so these are all some of the fundamentals you will be learning as and when you start writing some code in React.js. And trust me, React is super cool, super fun. And if you're someone who is learning HTML, CSS, and if you see React code, first you will be confused, what are these guys writing? But once you understand JavaScript, right? If you know JavaScript, then these are all just frameworks which will be coming and going, but understanding the core JavaScript is very important. Because nowadays even people are telling React would be replaced by Next.js. And one more thing is that Vercel, which will be deploying, they are actually the maintainers of Next.js. They tell that Next.js is actually similar to React.js itself, but just an extended version. But people are telling that we'll be moving from React to Next.js in a short amount of time. I don't know what happens, but this is the talk in town. Okay, so it has added 1421 packages. Okay, so and many people actually criticize Create React app too, because they tell that it brings unnecessary stuff. Okay, there are multiple ways like React CDN, or else you creating your custom React app. Okay, so there are many options. Some criticize the Create React app, some criticize the custom React app. There are people always commenting there. Okay, so once you get happy hacking, then you are ready to go. So then I will be opening this with VS Code. Okay, don't worry about the structure. Once you are a React developer or else you start learning React, these make sense. Okay, so just package.json will give you the details of what and all packages it got installed. Okay, so that's it. What we are mainly focused is these commands, these scripts. Okay, React start, build, test, eject. We'll be using only start in the development mode because these platforms build automatically. Okay, so I'll open terminal, my terminal, and I will tell npm run start. Okay, you can also use npm start, but I prefer using npm run start. Okay, so it start compiling the code and then giving you a URL. Okay, so it's starting the development server, and here it is running in localhost 3000. It takes time, okay, depending on your machine also. Okay, so you will just, the boilerplate code would be just a React logo revolving something kind of thing. Okay, so here you have the React logo, React app, and that's it. So this is the boilerplate code. Edit app.js to save to reload. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now let's do some custom changes here. What I will be doing is that I will be going to source and app.js, and what I will be doing is here I will be compressing this, and I will be telling this I don't need you anymore, and I will write a h1 tag, and here I will tell I am happy deploy my first React app. Okay, now you can save this. I think this is not deleted properly. Yeah, now it is. Okay, and remove these unnecessary things. Okay, yeah, that's it. Now if you are someone who is seeing this code for the first time, you will be telling that how are you writing HTML tags inside JavaScript. This is the most cool stuff of React. Learn React. Okay, now you can see I am happy to deploy my first React app. FIRST, first React app. Okay, that's it. This is what we are going to deploy. Okay, so I don't want to go into a lot of teaching React, because teaching React I get sometimes confused, because I think like all the concepts should be told to you, but sometimes some people don't feel those features as so much cool, so that I am still building a course for React. Okay, I want to come up with a course in React, but I am defining the structure which not just makes me think that this is a cool feature. I want you all to feel that. So that is my intention. So I'm finalizing that. Okay, it takes time. Okay, now let's stop this, and the first thing what I will be doing is that I will initialize a Git repository, Git init. Okay, I will be adding all the files, and I will comment. Okay, and one more thing here is that, so you must not push this node modules to your Git. Okay, yeah, it automatically creates. Okay, see this. Yeah, if you use create React app, it already does this. Okay, no problem. And let's commit this. Git commit -m. I will tell first React app. Okay, so this is done. Now we must create a Git repository. I'll be creating a empty repository maybe. Here I will go to new, and I will tell React deployment. Okay, and I will keep it private. Okay, I think you must be knowing about GitHub by now. Okay, and now I will add a remote origin. Okay, and that's it. Git push -u origin master. Okay, and from in the past week I was exploring Git to Git. I think I can show you more visualize. I can make you visualize Git. Maybe I must plan a video on that too. Okay, and now we will be having our code on GitHub. See this? Even the README file is being written by them in the template. Okay, so do not worry. Everything is in place, ready for you by Create React app. Okay, and now let's go to platforms like Netlify. First, I will be going to netlify.com. So the first thing what you must do is that if you are a new user, register as a user. If you are already a user, just log in. Okay, I will log in here. I will log in with GitHub maybe. I don't know. Just let me click on this. Okay, login with email. We have already a registered user with this. Connect to your GitHub account. Okay, but my GitHub account, let me check this. Let me log in. Anyways, you can log in through GitHub or else email. Not a big deal at all. Okay, now let's add a new site, import an existing project, connect with Git provider, GitHub. Okay, if you are using another Git provider, connect it, not an issue at all. Okay, now I think I am authorized. Okay, so this is a problem with Netlify. I have came across this multiple times. Instead of being just authorized, it opens in a new window at all. Okay, then I must close it. So I don't know what's happening, but I have faced this a lot of times. Okay, pick a repository, React. Okay, React deployment. Okay, and this is also a problem because in Vercel it automatically shows you the most recent repository push which you have done. That I find Vercel is very good in that perspective. Yes, we'll be exploring Vercel too. Okay, branch to deploy master, and see this build comment. I have not specified this. When you deploy HTML CSS, it automatically recognizes. Okay, and you can just click on deploy site. Okay, and now the deployment would be starting. The deployment starts, and just wait for a couple of minutes and your site would be live with a random name. Okay, so that we have seen while deploying HTML CSS with Tailwind too, right? So yeah, it's taking time. Now if you want to see the log comments also, you can actually see like what comments are being run. Okay, npm run build series, creating an optimized production build. So these log statements are also like, I feel like I enjoy reading these log statements because sometimes I face errors and I go through the log files. Okay, you can open the production deploy, and here it is. Okay, your first React app was successfully deployed onto the Netlify. Okay, now anyone can access your site using this URL. So this is how we deployed. Okay, so we followed the pipeline itself, right? We created a React app, we wrote some code, we tested our web page, and next we connected it to GitHub, next Netlify, and we have a URL. Now the final step is connecting it to Vercel. Okay, so the same steps. Go to Vercel. Okay, I think I have been logged out. Okay, recently I cleared my cookies, maybe, so that's why. I will connect with GitHub. See this is more responsive and accessible, I feel. Vercel. Okay, here it is. I was deploying on Netlify before, but not now. Okay, because I was, see this 4 minutes ago. I want this type of instructions. Okay, I will tell, yeah, React deployment. I will tell Definity React. Okay, I want this name so that someone seeing can access that. Okay, and on clicking on deploying, the build starts. Even they also give the logs, I guess. Yeah, they will also give the logs, but not as a terminal view as we get in Netlify. Maybe they will also be giving, I don't know, but I explore here itself. Yes, let's see the time what it took. Okay, let me see the deploys, and it took 29 seconds. Okay, now Vercel is taking. Deployment started 28 seconds ago. Okay, and here is our first React app being deployed on Vercel. On clicking this, you get this definity-react.vercel.app. If you are seeing, you can visit that. Yeah, I will keep the project up and running in Vercel. I won't be deleting that build or something. Okay, so that is it, guys. So we have followed this pipeline. So I think you came to know, you got to know some basics of what is React and how can you deploy React. You will be answerable in some of the interviews maybe, or else explaining to your friends what happens with respect to the pipeline. And we explored platforms like Netlify and Vercel, and we finally deployed and got our URLs too. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I think you have got some value on watching this video. So do like the video, drop a comment, feel free to drop a comment and subscribe to the channel, and I will be seeing you all in the next one. Thank you.